Alright, Shalom Israel. This is the brother of Warba coming back to you again with another lesson. Before I kick it off, I'm going to go ahead and give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to you, Akiyam, that are out there doing this work across the four corners of the planet Earth. And Shalom to you, sincere Akwat that are out there that are listening and that are subscribe to my channel as well. Alright, so without further ado, let's get to work. Okay, so today's topic is basically going to go in on the so-called Star of David, which really is no Star of David at all, because King David never had a star or a shield of any sort. The shield that he had was, the Most High Power himself. Okay, for if y'all don't know his name, it's Yahweh. Okay, not Ahia or anything like that. Okay, even though he was called different things, but his true name is Yahweh. Okay, just so FYI. But not to digress too much, you still see, you still look on YouTube or across the internet, or if you live in a city where there's like so-called Hebrew Israelite camps. Yeah, I say so-called because some of y'all still don't know what you're doing, man. Okay, but you'll come across these guys, and these guys have that star on their attire, man, on their clothes, whether it be on their garments, or if some of them are so radical that they wear those armbands of whatever case, and they walking around stunting or showing that star off like it's supposed to represent Israel. In reality, it doesn't. Okay, that star goes back to Molech. Okay, that's the star of Molech, the star of Remphan. Okay, and how we're gonna prove that is we're gonna prove that with the scriptures, and we're gonna come out and we're gonna, hopefully this is gonna be an edifying lesson. But also it goes into the seal of Solomon as well, because we already know that King Solomon was a very he was the wisest king, wisest person on the planet Earth. Okay, and so we'll go into that also, so that way you can get edified on both sides of this thing. Alright, so the first scripture that I'm going to call to action on this is Leviticus. We're going to go to the law. Okay, we're going to go to Leviticus 2, and we're going to go to Leviticus 20. Actually, no, Leviticus 20. Slakia. So Leviticus 22. And it says, well, I'll start at 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death. And the people of the land shall stone him with stones. And I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from among his people, because he hath given his seed unto Molech, to defile my sanctuary, and to profane my holy name. And if the people of the land do any ways hide their eyes from the man when he giveth his seed to Molech, and kill him not, then I will set my face against that man, and against his family, and I will cut him off, and all that go a-whoring after him, to commit whoredom with Molech from among the people. So let's get an idea of who Molech is. Okay, according to scriptures, Molech, king, the god of the Ammonites and the Phoenicians, who some Israelites sacrificed their infants in the valley of Hinnom. Okay, so Molech is an Egyptian god, also an Ammonite god, a god of the Babylon, Ammonite god, and he also goes back to Babylon too. Okay, but all of those customs and all of that goes back to Saturn as well. Okay, but how's that talking about the star, right? Well, let's go to Amos real quick. Bear with me real quick. Bear with me, brothers. Amos 5:26. Alright. It says, or actually, I'll start up at 25, and it says, "Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch, and your Kion, your images, or your Chion, your images, the star of your God, which ye made yourselves." Okay? So if we go in here and we look it up in the interlinear, okay, the star of your God, which you made yourselves, or actually, let's look at Kion here. An image, a pillar, probably a statue of the Syrian Babylonian god of the planet Saturn. Just like I told you, that star goes back to Saturn. Okay? Saturnalia and all of that madness, man. Okay? So, it's not a Star of David. Okay? It has nothing to do with Israel itself. Okay? That star came over there from them Chaldeans and Edomites, man. Okay? And they're still using it to this day. But there's more on that in a second. Okay? This is Acts 7, verse 43. Alright? Here it is. "Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch, and the star of your god Remphan, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon." Okay, so just so you can see, that is actually, that was never a star that was given to our people. Okay, in fact, if you go back to the Apocrypha, you can see that the menorah, or if you go through any of the customs, the menorah was the actual sign or ensign of the Israelite people, man. Okay, not some star. Okay, which this star, man, which I'm gonna go into it on this on the side for edification on King Solomon. Okay, real quick, this right here basically goes in with Moloch, man. With Moloch, that's all going back into Saturn and everything like that too. But let's just get the topic of King Solomon, because with King Solomon being the wisest man in the world, he knew all things, man. He knew things. He knew that the Most High was about balance too. He knew that there's a righteous side, the right hand power, or the right hand side, and then you got the left hand side, okay, where all the wickedness and all that comes from, because the Most High is about balance, right? So with that being said, if we go and we drop out of here and we go in here and we get out of here real quick, drop out, and we go to this right here, where is it? Seal of Solomon. Okay, boom. So you're gonna see this. All right, what does that look like to you? Is that not the Star of David? Exactly. A hexagram, which is meant for putting hexes or curses or invoking or conjuring demons. All right, and you so-called Negroes, man, you niggas out there walking around with this hexagram or this pentagram on you, and knowing not what you're doing to yourself, man. Okay, you could seriously be conjuring up demons on yourself, man. Okay, so let's get this real quick. The Seal of Solomon, or the Ring of Solomon, okay, is a signet ring attributed to King Solomon in medieval Jewish tradition and is an Islamic Western occultism, and it was often depicted in either a pentagram or a hexagram shape, the latter also known as the Star of David in Jewish tradition. Now, key word, this ring variously gave Solomon the power to command demons, okay? Just like I said, it gave him the power to conjure up demons, man. Because King Solomon did have, he knew all of that, man. That's why they knew him. And he was one of the most powerful sorcerers there was, And then he ended up going off because his wives worshipped all these other gods, and he had dealings with all that. And so, that goes into all of that and all that other type of stuff like that too, okay? But I'm going to keep reading. It says, or to speak with animals due to the proverbial wisdom of Solomon, his signet ring, or its supposed design, came to be seen as an amulet or talisman or a symbol or character in medieval and Renaissance era magic, occultism, or alchemy. The legend of the Seal of Solomon was developed primarily between medieval Arabic writers who related that the ring was engraved by the Most High and was given to the king directly from heaven. The ring was made from brass and iron, and two parts were used to seal written commands to good and evil spirits, left hand and right hand power, magic, man, respectively. And in one tale, a demon, Asmodeus, as we know of Asmodeus, was in the Apocrypha when he was dealing with Tobit. Okay, Raphael was called or was brought in to help rout the demon by use of a certain type of fish and the gallbladder of a certain type of fish and burning it. Okay, so you can find that account later on, or you can go in and look that up on yourself. But primarily, man, that's pretty much my point, man. This ring right here, or this thing, this goes back to Saturn and left-hand magic, and it's not something that is considered for our people. Because even if you read in the scriptures, it tells you to suffer a witch not to live, man. Okay, we're not supposed to be going into divination and dealing with magic and all that type of stuff, man. That's not necessarily, that's not for our people. Okay, but yet you still got these, you know, these so-called Jews, all right, and they put that as their flag or whatever. But it really didn't even get popular until the 1940s, whenever Rothschild made that as his shield or his crest for his family. And so then that's how they adopted that star. Okay, but really that's the star of Molech, man. It goes back to Saturn. So with that being said, I hope this lesson's been edifying. I'm going to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to you Akim that are going out and doing this work, okay, with truth and sincerity across the four corners of the planet Earth. Shalom.